Born in poverty, your mother and father are not educated. All they did was struggle for existence. Since then, I've become a lawyer, and 23 years I've been a judge. Action is more important than inaction. What American democracy means to me is even when you're not making it, by trying, something happens.
Today was a very special day in the history of George Nevis Leighton. His last request in his last will and testament to be buried at Arlington National Cemetery. I can't think of a more appropriate person to be buried at Arlington National Cemetery because he was a true American hero. He fought in World War II, defended his country, and then spent his entire life devoted to defending civil liberties.
This was a very significant day because I learned a lot about my father.
Ready. Step.
He did just about everything you could do with a law degree. My father's being buried. It's his final resting place, and he's with many, many others who have given a lot to this country. This country gave him a lot of opportunities, and he worked very, very hard.
My grandfather had a duty in the sense of living up to your individual potential and then maximizing that and fulfilling what God gave you.
See, this is my grandson who's now a first lieutenant in Iraq.
I'm in the military like my grandfather, and we were both in the infantry. And we both served during a time of war. So today's ceremony was really significant for him, something that he always wanted, which was to go and be buried in Arlington. And Arlington has a lot of meaning because it's going home.
I was extremely proud. It was a culmination of all of the things that my father achieved in life. He was loved by many people. Many people learned so much from him.
I think there's so much we can learn from his life. But most of all, he tried to make the world a better place. He treated everybody with compassion. Later on, when I myself became a judge, he was very helpful to me. He was just a role model.
As a young lawyer, he wanted to talk to me about the importance of doing pro bono work.
This was somebody who had accomplished a lot in terms of civil rights through an avenue I had never considered. He's actually the reason that I decided to become a lawyer.
One thing that he taught me was the value of access to higher education. I work in financial aid now, and particularly with scholarships. Because of the education that he received, that then sent out a huge ripple effect to other people across the country.
He was a great American, but he was also a great Cape Verdean, a source of pride and inspiration for all the new generations of Cape Verdeans.
My grandfather was so proud of his service to his country. He wanted more than anything to be buried as a soldier because his service meant that much to him. It was bittersweet. I mean, I love him so much and I miss him so much. But at the same time, I was really proud that we were able to lay him to rest today.
Today, we have gathered to honor your beloved, my brother in arms, Captain George Nevis Leighton, better known as Judge Leighton for most of his years. Captain George Leighton served his country honorably in the Pacific Theater of World War II. He's the recipient of the Bronze Star Medal and the Prisoner of War Medal, amongst his many other awards and decorations. But perhaps his greatest contributions to the goodness of American life were in the courtroom, where he leaves a legacy of achievement and of overcoming oppression and injustice. In life, he honored our flag. Today, in death, our flag will honor him.
Today was a special day. He got his final wishes, brought all the significant people in his life together. It's a lasting memory. My children were able to see this. They'll be able to carry that on.
This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. To the judge.
He was one of the greatest American lawyers in the United States, and I had a privilege of calling him my law partner. And for that reason, it was one of the most special days of my life.
I'm blessed. Now, a lot of people ask me, what's your secret? I don't have any secret. The only plausible explanation is the God up there